This is exactly how, this is literally the blueprints on how XRP will become king and how XRP will hit triple to 4 digits, guys, in time here. Okay, in time, because right now it's all coming finally into fruition. So let me explain the timeline, the process of how XRP will be integrated into that new financial system. It's actually quite clear, but there's a lot of confusion out in the space today, guys, okay? There's a lot of distractions as well, so please like today's video and pay attention. First things first, the first step to building the new world, guys, is bringing upon digital IDs, okay? Now, some may see it as bad or some may see it as good, right, depending on how you see these things. Now, Tony Blair, guys, this person, a former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is the one pushing out these IDs, guys, for their society. Okay, these digital IDs, he wants them pushed out. Now, he has a son here who's a owner of a company that will be paid billions upon billions, okay, north of 100 billion in pounds to develop and monitor this type of technology, okay? And Tony Blair has hundreds of millions in pounds, guys, worth of the shares of his son's company. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, though. So a reminder, Tony Blair, statesperson and former Prime Minister of the UK, he's the one really pushing out for the IDs over there. Okay, the digital ones, guys. Remember, everything will go digital. Now his son. This is where I found it really strange. What is this about, guys? Like, what are the chances of this? Are we living in some type of simulation? Anthony Blair, born January 19th of what year? Which year, guys? 1984. 1984. He's basically the co-founder and chief executive of company Multiverse, and he's the oldest son of the former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair, guys. Okay, so you guys find something very interesting here: the year on which he was born. Right, and remember, these are all the people who are pushing these IDs. But again, it's good for you. You know why? Because you're an XRP holder. I'm going to explain how this all ties into XRP in just a second. It's honestly mind-boggling. Okay, so please like today's video, and again, share. If you want to spread the news, spread awareness of this new financial system, so you know you could make your wealth or whatnot, and then leave society as a whole. It all depends on you. Right, because at that point you have a choice. So that's why I tell you guys to at least share with one other person to make an impact. But again, you have free will. 1984. Yeah, we're living definitely in some type of what's it called? Simulation here, folks. 1984, also published as 1984, guys. It's this type of book, okay? A novel that was written a long time ago. And within this book, it talks about different aspects of society, right? And it sees it as how society will be in a false light rather than truth. Okay, that's what the book really talks about. But remember, this all comes back to, again, CBDCs, but that's very beautiful because it's good for XRP. Okay, so let's watch this video slightly, a little bit, and then tie it to XRP, because this all magically ties in beautifully.
Global policy push for digital IDs as the new form of government-issued identification credentials, and they're essentially.
But again, you know, if there were good people behind it, which there is hope, there is some light here, right at the end of the tunnel. It's actually a good thing, because you always want to modernize, right? It's like imagine having an iPhone, right? Like the first gen iPhone or something crazy, like old, and other people will be like, oh, if you upgrade to the next iPhone, you know, they're going to collect your data, they're going to do certain things, but at the end, it doesn't really happen, right? To like a large degree. Maybe it does happen here and there, but technology will always be updated and upgraded, guys, no matter what, right? The only question here is, will it be used for good or bad? That I don't know. The other parts is, XRP will be integrated. It all to me, what matters is XRP.
All based on your biometric data, which can be your fingerprints, your face, the iris of your eyeball, and the idea is essentially to collect all of that data and have it housed or have it tied directly to your digital ID. So your physical ID will be mapped to the digital ID.
But again, isn't that like the future though, right? That's if when you look at movies from the future, it's literally like that, right? They scan their eyes or their palm, guys, and then they enter a building, right? So
Digital IDs are not really a separate project from CBDCs and this new digital financial system. And UN documentation and also documentation from the Bank of International Settlements, they very overtly state that CBDCs and digital IDs are meant to go together. And without digital IDs, the CBDC digital finance system cannot exist.
I was the first person to literally say that. Without CBDCs, digital IDs cannot even enter the scene here. Okay, you guys understand? CBDCs are the next part of this step towards a new era. Okay, and this is where. Or this is why you're invested into XRP here, guys. Okay, it's all due to Ripple's impact on CBDCs. Remember, digital IDs are one part of the puzzle, right? The next is CBDCs. Okay, they're both going to connect together, which will form a new world. Okay, a new financial system, a new system altogether. So Ripple's impact on central bank digital currencies. Now, this is fantastic because you have a stake in a new world. Think about it. Imagine owning Swift, right? You own a small share of Swift before it even became Swift. Think about that. You know how much filthy rich you would have been by now, right? The amount of money it moves yearly, annually. Okay, but again, nobody has a stake in it, guys. But imagine that with XRP now, right? Quadrillions moved yearly, and you get a portion of that pie, the slice of the pie. The introduction of blockchain technology provided a new direction to the digital transformation of financial services. You must have noticed how blockchain technology enabled the decentralization of financial services and introduced DeFi solutions. One of the notable blockchain networks that have been in news recently is Ripple's blockchain. The most important reason for which Ripple has been gaining attention is the CBDC's Ripple connection that may elevate the popularity of Ripple's creation of CBDCs. Ripple for creation of CBDCs. You should note that the Ripple blockchain can help in creating the ideal foundation for the future of CBDCs. Okay. Again, XRP will be the bridge of it all. Will Ripple be the ideal choice for creating CBDCs? Remember, people ask, okay, what about stablecoins, right? How will stablecoins come into play? They're not as similar as to CBDCs, though they could be, right? One is government issued and then one is privately issued, guys. But check this out. So stablecoins can't really become the major thing in the new system, guys. It won't leapfrog CBDCs because stablecoins, there will be a bunch of them. There won't be one stablecoin, right? There will need to be a multitude of stablecoins, guys. And each stablecoin has what their master, right? Like JP Morgan creating their own stablecoin, and their name is attached to JP Morgan, right? A different stablecoin that's created in China, their name is that stablecoin is attached to that company that creates it over there, right? So nobody will trust these stablecoins, by the way, but that's why you need a neutral bridge, right? That neutral bridge is XRP. That's how XRP comes into play. But when we talk about CBDCs, right? So the first thing they need to determine whether Ripple will have an impact on CBDCs is its eligibility to host central bank digital currencies. It is important to note that Ripple has the ideal technology and infrastructure to support the development of CBDCs. You literally have one, guys. All you need to do is wait for the CBDCs to become live and activate. And that's what you're investing into, by the way, right? CBDCs, digital IDs, and all these things. Again, if you're investing into XRP, you should be happy. You should finally be cheering and congratulating the world that this is finally happening after years upon years of talking about it, guys. Right? So if you're invested into XRP, you're hoping for this to happen. If you're not, then you're not. Okay, so anybody else who's opposing this idea of CBDCs and IDs and all these things that to bring upon this digital age, then you're not investing into XRP. Your main thesis of investing into XRP isn't anything except this, by the way. Okay, so don't fool yourself into believing, oh, I want XRP to succeed, but on the other hand, I don't want this new age to appear. So which side are you on? Right? It's your choice at the end of the day. Pick. Choose. The blockchain technology or Ledger or Ripple offers a trusted platform to issue and manage CBDCs with the assurance of faster transactions and low costs. They literally got their own platform. People think I'm kidding, guys. Ripple rolls out CBDC platform for governments, financial institutions. It's literally right there, right? Literally right there. A platform designed for all of this, right? Ripple is rolling out a platform for CBDCs, enabling central banks, governments, and financial institutions to create their own digital currencies. So where will they create their own digital currencies on? Ripple's platform, right? Then you come down here, described as a frictionless end-to-end solution. It's built on top of Ripple's private ledger, which was first introduced in 2021 for CBDC issuance. It's based on the same blockchain technology as the XRP ledger, which was also designed primarily for payments. Okay. Quote, as a trusted partner to several central banks, we believe this platform will help solve problems for many central banks and governments who are devising plans and developing a technology strategy for CBDC implementations. Come on, guys, it's clear as day, right? Clear as day. Now, let's go to this video, XRP bridge currency example explained here.
XRP bridge currency example. Here's the simple version of the bridge idea. You want to send dollars to pesos. On one side, dollars are exchanged into XRP. The XRP zips across the ledger in seconds, and on the other side, it's exchanged into pesos.
Right, that's what you call a bridge, guys. So imagine, I don't know if I could find a GIF. So imagine this, okay? So imagine all these lines connecting to one point in time, okay? And this point right here, it's what XRP is, right? I can't draw it, but XRP is the intersection of them all, right? It's in the midst of them all, and all these currencies are being transacted, right, instantaneously, overnight, throughout the whole day, 24/7. It never sleeps. There are no delays. This isn't Swift, and this is how XRP becomes the king. Exactly by this image right here. Okay. So yeah, it looks like a sun a little bit, doesn't it? So it's clear as day, guys. I'm going to pause it right there because we're going to be talking about this more and more because it's finally happening. So if you're investing into XRP, smile because it's almost there. It's almost here. Now, financial advice. What is that? So, amazing. See ya.